Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is our next Saturday with Stacy, YouTube class number 575, and I am here in sunny California while I'm taping this, but while you are watching this, I am actually across the pond in the United Kingdom, and I've been here for a week now. I just finished doing 4 live events for Hobby Maker. They are an amazing craft channel in the United Kingdom. And if you don't know anything about them, please look them up, whether it be their YouTube channel or their website. In fact, you can go back and you can watch my shows on their YouTube channel. And maybe some of you even were with me when I was live on Hobby Maker. Live TV makes me so nervous because there's absolutely no sucking something. Once it's out there, it's out there. So I came over to do 4 shows for Hobby Maker, and we launched my Sizzix Big Shot Stacy Park machine here in the UK. Right now I'm in California, but again, by the time you see this, I will be there. And I really do hope that it went well. I won't know because I'm here and I haven't been live yet. Now you guys have tuned in a little bit later than normal because I had those Hobby Maker shows. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to delay this class just by a little bit, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And that way I could do what I needed to do for Hobby Maker because they are such a supporter of the Sizzix brand. We are Sizzix, that's who we are. I'm a licensed designer for Sizzix, and they are an amazing supporter of the brand. So a big thank you to Hobby Maker for all they do to support Sizzix and Ellison. Now today is all about fun. I have beautiful products from Find It Trading. I do, and they're so affordable. And then I'm gonna bring out my circles, my arched circles fanciful framelits, and I'm gonna bring out one of my October launches a wee bit early. You see, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, for this year, we have taken a step back. Usually my launches happen at the first of whatever month they launch. So I had a March launch on March 1st, I had a May 1st launch, I had a July 1st launch, and an October 1st launch with Sizzix. But we at Scrapbooking Made Simple, we take a step back and give some time between the launch and when I release the product. And that way we're supporting other independent retailers, giving them some breathing room to get the product in and sell it and show it. And then I come in a few weeks later and do my thing. I don't know that that's gonna, I think it may change in 2025. I'm not sure yet, but that's how it's been. But so next week is really when I launch my October collection for Sizzix here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's been launched everywhere else, globally, everywhere else. But I really needed my new square fanciful framelits. I had to have them to go with the Find It Trading product. And so I picked up the phone. Bring, 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 hello. Hey everybody at Sizzix, this is Stacy. It's like, yeah, we know your ring. I think I have a ringtone at Ellison. And they're like, oh, that's her. I said, I need a favor. And they're like, well, okay, what's the favor? And I said, well, I know I'm supposed to wait 3 weeks to launch my collection. And they said, yep. And I said, but I need the squares just 1 week early. Can I just have the squares? It goes with the product that I'm featuring on YouTube. And they said, just the squares? And I said, fingers crossed, promise. Well, I guess fingers crossed means I'm not promising. No, yes, okay, heart crossed. Yes, I just need the squares. They're like, uh-oh, her fingers were crossed. So I crossed my heart, I'm just doing the squares. And they said, absolutely, of course. Take the squares, use them in your YouTube, and then the following week, I'll launch the rest of my collection. So next week, you'll see everything else from my October collection. And of course, we'll have it on sale for you. But for this week, I have the squares because they're needed. Okay. let's put that right back in. I have the squares, the fanciful framelit squares. Now, what makes fanciful framelits so wonderful is that they're different than anybody else's dies, anybody else's nesting dies. They do this and they do that and they do over here and they do over there. There's so many different ways to use them. They are by no means a one-hit wonder. No, there's something that you are going to want to invest in because you're going to be able to use them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways easily. Easily. So I have several shapes that have already launched. I have top note and hexagon and circles and diamonds and ovals and rectangles, and I needed squares. So here they are. And I just want to say thank you to everybody at Sizzix for giving me the exception to launch these just 1 week early so that I can really show off Find It Trading and their product. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, I don't have for you. When I get back, we're going to have to announce, I think, like 3 weeks of winner, winner, chicken dinners, because when I'm filming this, I'm already in the UK. You won't have a chance to post or anything. You need to have your opportunity to like the video and post your comment because we give away 2 gift cards every single week. So when I get back, I think we'll have 3 YouTubes that we need to announce winner, winner, chicken dinner for. And again, the easiest way to have that chance to win a gift card to Scrapbooking Made Simple is click the like button to this video and then post a comment below. That's all you have to do. And then we have a random software select our winners, and depending on how many likes the video gets, you could win up to a $100 gift card. And we do 2 a week. So when I get back, I think we have to announce 6 winners, which means if you haven't posted on the earlier YouTubes, go do it now. Like the video and post, because we haven't selected the winners yet for those either. So not only do you have 1 chance, you will actually have 3 chances to be a winner, winner, chicken dinner. Who knows? I got to announce 6 of you. So 6 of you are going to be upwards of $100 happy. Now I am in the UK and I go home tomorrow and I will be back to work on Monday. And yes, we'll have our Make It Monday, absolutely. But for today, I'm going to feature and really focus in on the embossing elements, the foil elements, and why they work so well with this inexpensive product from Find It Trading. Are you ready to tilt down to get started? Me too. Just one last big thank you to everybody at Hobby Maker, the entire team. I appreciate all you do to support not just my brand, but the Sizzix brand, all the designers, all the products that Sizzix launches. You embrace it and take it and really shine with it. So thank you for that. And to everybody at Ellison, thanks for having me for the week. I'm sure that you were thrilled to see me and probably thrilled to see me go. A little of Stacy can go a really long way for people who are not used to me. And I'm so woo. And they're like, so woo. So, and then another thank you to you for allowing me the opportunity to just change the time on this class so I can be there for Hobby Maker. Now, if you're watching me during the premiere, you'll see a live chat going on right over here. If you are watching on a laptop or a computer, desktop, you'll see it there. If you're watching on a device, the live chat might be below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to post a comment, because who doesn't like free money, right? Hello. All right, I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started. And I think the first thing I want to do is I just want to show you some of the Find It Trading product, because then I'm going to put it to the side and we're not going to use it for a while. And I want you to see what it is before you don't order it. And then you post, oh, I should have ordered it. Are you ready? I'm going to tilt on down. It's so good to see everybody. Well, I know that's how I am. So I'm assuming that's how you are too. You rush on over. So next week I will have my entire collection from Sizzix. I will be featuring it. So I have from Find It Trading, they call them scenery sets. and we have pre-bundled them by collection. So they're not sold open stock because they're really inexpensive. And some bundles have 4, some bundles have 6, some bundles have 8. But what it is a pre-die cut topper. So all you have to do is push these out, and they're beautiful. And they come with the circles and they come with the squares. Now you understand why I had to have the squares. This is the Rose Garden collection. So 1, 2, and then we have the beautiful red roses in the circle and the red roses in the square. So it's the same design, just the different shape. And then we have them in the pink roses in the circle and in the square, and you get 6. You get 6 per sheet, and then last in the ivory. And I want to say they're about $1.50, $1.75, maybe $1.75 per sheet. So, and then we put them on sale. I want to say that's right. So I'm hoping I'm close. But here, all 8 sheets will come in the pack, so you get the entire set. This isn't the only set we have. No, we have some beautiful sets. We've got the Tea Time in the Garden set. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So here's the square. Here's the circle. Same design, circle and square. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is the square. Here's the teacups in the circles. The squares, and then the circles. So this pack has 6 sets that you're gonna get. Every pack is a little bit different. I've got the kitties and the doggies. This is Pretty Fur Friends. And I think this one only has 4. So you've got the kitties in the circle, and then you've got the kitties in the squares. You've got the doggies in the circle, and then you have the doggies in the square. And let's say this is $3.50 and this is $3.50. So let's assume that they're $7 for the 4, and you've got 24 toppers to them. That's a pretty good value. I'm just hoping that if I'm slightly off on the price, don't be mad at me. I've got beach theme, and I've got the winter theme is beautiful. Well, the beach theme is beautiful too. I might as well just show them all since I'm here. So I've got the beach theme, or the winter theme. Look at the winter scenery scapes. They're absolutely gorgeous. Look at the snowy white winter. Aren't they beautiful? So this set has 6. Some have 6, some have 4. One has 8. Let's do the beach. And they're not available open stock. Not available, you gotta buy the bundle. It would take us forever to pull these in open stock. It just would. We just can't do it. So we've bundled them to make it easy so we can get your orders out to you faster. Beach scenes. And then, last but not least, I've got some Christmas. Oh, this is an 8-pack. Look, isn't he so cute? Love. But my favorite ones are yet to come. So in the square and in the circle, I love these. I do. I love these. Talk about easy makes. So you've got them in the square and in the circle. Circle. Love the barns. And then here, it's done in a square. Same design, same print. Look at how beautiful are these. And then in the square. So I wanted you to see these because I'm not going to get to them for a little bit. I wanted you to see those because I'm not going to get to them for a little bit. We're actually going to start with the fanciful framelits. And I will start with the squares since they are new. Fanciful framelits have a die and then an embossing element, and then a die and then an embossing element, and then a die. Most dies, or the dies, well, all the dies I've ever had that we've had before has had the embossing element built into the main die, which means that you can't separate them. You will always have to use it with that dotty or that dash or whatever design it is. I wanted to give you the opportunity to use the framelit just as a framelit, where if you take this and you die cut it, you've now die cut a big square. And if you take two of them, you've now die cut a frame and a square. I wanted you to have the opportunity to use them as standard nesting dies. But then I wanted to add an element to them, this embossing element, so that you could cut out your square and then emboss into your paper. And then if you wanted to, you could add the other die and make a frame out of that. Or you could just use the embossing element. There's so much to be done with these. They foil, they letterpress, they emboss, they deboss. It's a wonder. They just are they're the dies that keep on giving. And so I want to start with the embossing element to these. I think the two sizes that I'm gonna need actually are these two. I don't think I need the biggest ones for my Yep, it's perfect. It fits so perfect. I think that this is the one I need. Well, we're gonna see. So I only need the second set in. I'm gonna put these off to the side and I'm gonna bring over my gotcha tool. Hello, Gotcha Tool by Sizzix. It's the new and improved Gotcha Tool. It's wonderful. Has a little stand. It feels so nice. It's so slim. I didn't know they could make square look so chic, but it definitely is Sizzix chic, and it holds my dies. So I'm gonna play with the embossing element first so you can see how it works. And to do that, I'm gonna bring over some of my Reveals cardstock. So this is also by Sizzix, and I'm going to play with the A4 size. They do have a smaller size. This is the A6 size, and the way you know sizing is A6 is, an A4 is 4 times the size of an A6. 4 times the size. So it's almost like an 8.5 by 11 down to A2 size. That's kind of how an A4 is. It's just that an A6 is a little bit longer and a little more narrow, but very, very close to an A2 card size. So I'm gonna start with the A4, and I'm just gonna cut myself out a hunk. Now I wanna leave enough room in case I want to die cut this out. So I'm just gonna leave myself a little bit of room. And this paper is specialty paper. This paper is the same color top and bottom. However, when you sand it or you tear it, it tears to a lighter shade of what it is. Tears to a lighter shade of what it is. It's not white core and it's not solid core, it's color core. And they do have two different packs. We've got the originals that I launched, and these are my colors that I selected. You get 4 sheets of 10 colors, so 40 in each. And then we have it in the new spice colors. Really pretty, and no 2 colors are the same in either pack. And so I know we're running a special. We're running a special on these. We did it for my birthday video, and well, since we're using it again, I think I'm just gonna assume that oh so clever Karina, and ta-da, it's Taylor said, sure, let the special roll through the next week. Absolutely. I'm just gonna make that executive decision for them. Now, to make this work, to make this lovely little embossing area work, I need something that I call a squishy and a knock-knock. Does it come with your machine when you buy your Sizzix Big Shot machine? No, it doesn't. I'm waiting to see if I've got one over here in the bag. I don't. No, it doesn't. I think they call this an emboss and transfer set, maybe is what they call it. I call it a squishy and a knock-knock. It is an inexpensive item. They both retail, you get them as a set. They retail for like $14.99 or $15.99, and then we put them on sale. And once you own them, they're a tool. You don't have to buy them again. You're going to use them for the remainder of your crafting journey because they don't ever go bad. Yay! So to do this, I need to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine, and you can be using a Big Shot machine, a Big Kick machine. You definitely can be using a Plus or a Pro. You can use a fold away. Yes, absolutely. It doesn't just have to be the Big Shot machine. It can be one of the other, anything in the member of the Big Shot family is going to work just great. And I have got my base platform that comes with my machine and my solo shim or my A shim that comes with my machine. To do this, I don't need to use my A shim. I want you, or my solo shim, I want you to just set that aside for just a little bit, because to do the embossing, I need my base, I need my knock-knock, I need my squishy, I need my paper, and then I need my die with that embossing feature face down. And the last thing I add is a cut plate. Whether it be a do not cut plate or a cut plate, it makes no difference. That is the sandwich. So it is my base platform, my knock-knock, my squishy, my paper, my die with the embossed element face down, and then a cut plate or a do not cut plate, and I send it on through. And as the pressure from the roller inside the machine is pushing down, it's forcing and embossing. It's forcing it into the squishy, and my squishy is getting longer and longer as it's being compressed down. Now I can bring it back if I want. It's up to me. It's a very easy roll. Bring it over. And let's see what I have. Take it off. Now I've got a deboss on one side, but I've got an emboss on the other. And then all I do is take my Sizzix sanding block, because Sizzix made these to go specifically with paper. And then all I have to do is give it a sand. And you can see that embossed element come on up as my sanding block is hitting the top of that emboss. And my sanding block isn't cutting through, it isn't tearing, it isn't making a hole in my paper, because the sanding block, you get 2 of them in a pack. It was developed to work with paper. So if you're using this on double-sided printing paper, absolutely. You're going to find that this is very paper friendly. And then I have got my beautiful design. Now I could choose to leave it like this, or because I have the coordinating die, I can choose to cut it out. I have the option to cut it out. So to do that, I bring over my Big Shot machine, And I've got my base platform. This time I'm die cutting, so I need to bring back my solo shim or my A shim and put it right on top. And then I need my cut plate, the one that looks all icky, that's got all the cuts in it, and my paper and my die. Now up to you. You can either be like me and fly by the seat of my pants, or you can take some of the Sizzix Maker's tape and just tape your die into place if you're worried about it moving. You could also use a magnetic platform. So if I wanted to do that to make sure that my die doesn't move, and then a clear plate. Now I will tell you 9 times out of 10, I'm a girl who flies by the seat of my pants and I don't tape anything down. But if you're not that confident yet, go ahead and tape it down. Send it on through. This is an open frame die, which means it's not intricate at all. It does not need a precision base plate. Peel off my maker's tape. It doesn't harm my paper at all. I can use these a little bit later. And bam, I've got my square. But what if I wanted to cut a window? What if I wanted to make this a frame? Okay, we can do that. All I have to do is come back and grab the next size down. So I've got the die. It's the next size down. Put this on my gotcha tool and line it up. Bring my maker's tape back if I want to be absolutely certain. Put on my do not cut. And send it on through. Again, I don't have to go back and forth because this is an easy die. It's not intricate at all. Cuts out the first time. Look at that. Save my maker's tape because I can use it again. And now I've cut a frame with that embossing element. This is so easy to do. Now I could have just cut the frame without the embossing element, and I still have this piece left. So what do I want to do with that piece? I could come back. Gosh, I could probably take, let's see if my circle will fit. Ooh, by the hair of a chinny chin chin. I'm not sure we'll get this to go, but why not give it a try? I've got my circle element, right? Within see the embossing feature? In every one of my fanciful framelits, the embossing feature is different. So you don't get 2 of the same embossing features. Every shape has a different feature. Put that on there too. Let's bring back my knock knock and my squishy because now we're back to embossing. So my base platform, my knock knock, my squishy, my paper, my die, and I am gonna tape this because this is like by the hair of a chinny chin chin. But I don't need it to be any more than that. I just need it to fit. Ooh, I don't know if it's gonna stick to that silicone, but we'll try. Still think it needs to come down just a tad. All we can do is try. And let's see if we can get this to emboss. Roll, roll, roll. Through, through, through. Felt pretty good. Oh, it's a happy day. Save my maker's tape because it's not done yet. I've got a deboss on one side, which you can use, and an emboss on the other. And I take my sanding block and now I've done a circle inside a square. And then depending on what I want to do with it, if I want a window, I grab the next size circle down. Put it right in there, and then I've cut a window. These dies are meant to be used and interchanged with each other. You don't have to keep one shape to one shape. Now I'm die cutting, so I gotta go back to my my solo shim and my cut plate and my die, and I'm gonna go ahead and tape this on down. So you always do the embossing first, and then you come back and do the die cutting, because it's not like embossing with a 3D embossing folder where it's super raised and really, really deep. It's an impression that gives enough of a definition that you can sand it to see what that design looks like. And it's super easy to do. And all fanciful framelits do them, and every design is different, and you can mix and match within the shapes. So now I've cut a circle, and I could mat like that and put an element in the center, a sentiment, and make a tag. I don't know. You've got options. That's what this is all about. And I'm still left with this. I'm telling you. And this is just the embossing element. They letterpress, they foil, there's so much that can be done with them. And that is why they're a value. That's why you want them in your crafty stash, because you're able to do anything you want with them. They're the dies that you go to when you need to create your layouts, or you want to do pages for a journal, or you're making tags. They have so much to offer. So let's take and let's do, you know what, let's do one and assume that we are going to not die cut. So I think I'm gonna just take one. Maybe I can cut it down just a little. I can cut it down a little bit. And I'm going to assume that I am not going to die cut the square. I'm just going to emboss it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a card. Ooh, is that crooked? Wowee, Stacy. Holy smokes, artichokes. Let's see if I can get that a little straighter. I'm not gonna throw this away because there's something to be done with that. So let's assume that I'm just gonna make a card, and I want this to be the focal point. And I just want to emboss into it. So my fabulous little gotcha tool just keeps gotchaing. It'll hold probably 2 full sets of fanciful framelits without a problem. So let's take this and let's bring over my machine, and now we are embossing again. So that means my squishy and my knock knock. And my squishy. So no cut pad or clear pad on the bottom. That's where the knock knock goes. Then your squishy. Take notes. Write this YouTube number down. I put my paper down. I decide where I want my focal point to be. I might cut my card down a little bit. We'll see. And then my clear plate on top, or a do not cut plate. And all a do not cut plate is a plate that you try not to cut into. It keeps it from warping. It does. If the less you cut into the plate, the less warpage you have. Now, as the roller is adding pressure to my sandwich, my silicone, my squishy, is going to get longer and longer and longer, and it's going to start coming out the back end. That's how you know you've done it right, is if the squishy comes out the back end. Bring it over, and let's see what I have. Nice sanding. Now when your sanding block gets dirty, what's the easiest way to clean it? Just like you were doing old chalk erasers. Okay, yes, that dates me, but I don't want to hear that you've only ever had smart boards in your class. Clap them together and get the extra the extra paper off. Yeah, my kids only know what smart boards are. Okay, so now I could trim it on down. I know you all would use a trimmer. And I could maybe mat it. Oh, that's really pretty. Just gonna cut a hunk off. Let's tape it on together. Grab some Stacy tape. And I didn't put a window or die cut it out at all. I only used the embossing element. Not quite as rectangle as I was hoping for, but you know what? I'll live with it. And then I can bring over I can bring over one of my toppers. Pull the sheet out. They are already die cut for you. All I have to do is pop them out. And then center it. Add a sentiment, and I'm done. You've added that element of yummy around it without adding any depth. I mean, we could add the sentiment to the bottom. That's why these toppers are so amazing with my fanciful framelits. It was like we married them together, but I had no clue that they were going to work until I ordered them. And then I'm like, hey, I wonder if, and it did. It just did. Let's take the circle, and let me put this one, I'm gonna put it up here. Let me take the circles. Hello, circles, where did you disappear to? I know you're here. If I was the circles, where would I have put me? Not there. Not there. Not over. Oh, Stacy, what could I have done with my circles? Nope. I lost. Oh, here they are. Oh my. Okay. And maybe I'll keep this one for something. Maybe we'll do something with this one. Oh, maybe we will do something with this one. How about that? Well, I think so. I'll get to the circles in a minute. I got sidetracked. Well, hello there. Oh, just by a hair of a chinny chin chin, but that's all it needs to be, is literally the hair of a chinny chin chin. I could put a little Stacy tape on the back. Put another die cut down there. and put your sentiment. So here, I might even mat this one just with a little bit of black. Just a little bit of black maybe. Tape it on down, and then I'll move to my circles. I digress. So since I already have Stacy tape on the back holding the picture into my frame, I just peel that off, and it's dual purpose. Holds the picture into my frame, and it'll hold the frame onto my black. Dual purpose. And I just want the smallest little reveal. I don't want a lot of black. I just want it so it pops just a little bit more. See, I think that this would be so pretty. All finished out in loveliness. And now all I have to do is add my sentiment. All I have to do is add a sentiment to the bottom. And if I wanted, I could mat the whole thing on the black. Options aplenty. And all I have to do is add a sentiment. And that's using the frame. Love these. All right, I'm going to pop that out just in case I decide to do that, or basically giving the girls a hint that that's what I want them to do. That's how they get that. Well, I suppose I should just put it together, right? That's the right thing to do, and they can find the sentiment. Ooh, Stacy. By the hair of a chinny chin chin. Seems to be my motto for the day. Close. But close counts. Then I'm going to do a circle. Close counts. Imperfect is the new perfect. Eileen Hall has a stamp. It says perfection is overrated. Totally agree. Handmade is made from the heart. And then all they have to do is add a sentiment towards the bottom. And this was done with the one I thought I wasn't going to do anything with. I just wanted to show you how you could make a frame. But it came out so lovely. With those toppers, oh, a little bit off. Nope, I'm leaving it. Now all I need is I would cut this again and mat it in black and stamp on that and put my sentiment and call it done. Options. You definitely have them. So let's put those over there, and let me go back to my circle because I wanted to do the circles. And I think I'm going to need these two. I was playing with the smaller one. The smaller one is going to be too small. Yep, that's the one I need. And maybe I grab some brown. Let's put my dies where I know they are. Maybe I grab some brown reveals out of the spice collection. Yum. You get 10 different colors. All of them are a color core, so they sand to a lighter shade. You get 4 of each sheet, and these are the spice colors. I did the brights and more festive colors for, it launched in March. So this was like your summer fun, happy. I love the colors. So I've got the teals and the pinks and the yellows and the blue and a kind of a pretty green, orange, red, purple, bright green, and like a terracotta. And then you've got spice. So I'm going to do these in the circle. And the first thing I want to do is I want to do that embossing. And after we do this one, I think we're going to move on to foiling. Okay, so I think I'll leave one. I'll do it twice. I'll leave one in the card and not die cut it out, and I'll die cut one so we have a circle die cut to use. So bring back my machine. I'm all set up for my embossing. I've got my base platform. I've got my knock knock. My knock knock comes with a squishy. They're 2 peas in a pod. They're sold together. Really inexpensive, and once you own them, you don't have to buy them again. They do not come with the machine when you buy it for the first time. I've got my paper, my embossing element from my Stacy Park Fanciful Framelits. These are my circles. And send it on through. And the minute it starts to hit the roller to add that pressure, that silicone, that squishy, starts to get longer because it's being compressed down. So here's one, and while I'm here, let's just do another one, and this one I think I'm going to cut out so I can cut this paper down just a, well, you know what, I'll just leave it and we'll see what I end up doing. So I'll do a wash, rinse, and repeat. Platform, knock knock, squishy, paper, die with that embossed element face down, and let's send it on through. Roll, 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 roll. Squishy comes out the back end. Bring it on back, 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 back. And now I've got 2. Deboss side you absolutely can use. Emboss side you can use. So if you were playing with the deboss side, the sanding element that you get So I want to get in there because I've got sandpaper on both sides. I want to get in there and get that embossing sanded so you can see it. I want that design to come up. And you just take the edge of your block and it's comfortable in your hand. And I can just sand it till my heart's happy. So there's the debossed side. Versus so now everything you can do with one side, you can do with the other side. That then just doubles everything you thought you could do. Now you thought you could do 7 or 8 different things with these dies. Now knowing you've got a front and a back side, now it just doubles everything. All right, so you choose. Which do you like better? The great thing is you don't have to make up your mind. You can change every time you want. One time you can use the debossed, one time you can use the embossed. You can flip it around. I could flip this around and sand the debossed. If I decided I didn't want to do the debossed, I could flip this around and sand and do the emboss. You can sand both sides and then decide what works best for the project you're doing, because nobody's going to see what side you tape down. Nobody's going to know what was underneath. So let's take and let's cut this. No, let's cut this one. Let's cut the deboss. Let's see what happens. So don't need my squishy and my knock-knock anymore. Bring over my solo shimmer, my A-shim, my cut plate, my die. The die is the one that has that straight edge. If you put the one that has the pretty decorative edge, it isn't going to do anything. You can tape it in place, or you can be like me and kind of fly by the seat of your pants. And send it on through. Easy roll, easiest die cuts. They really are so simple. Pop it out. And let's bring over my circles. These are so pretty. So pretty. What great little Christmas ornaments these would make for the kids to make. Oh, That's so pretty. Tape it down in place. And go from there. But I have this one. Should we cut that one out too? Why not? Grab our circle. Bring over our Big Shot machine and do a wash, rinse, and repeat. So now you know why I needed to have, my circles had already launched, but I had to have the squares because they fit perfectly. I think I'm going to reline that up. They fit perfectly with the Find It Trading scenery die cut toppers. You can't ask for a more perfect mat for those. And the fact that you can add an embossing element or not, yeah, hello, yes, please. Now you could add a little bit of bling to these. You could add a little sparkle and shine if you wanted. You could add a little shimmer. You don't have to leave them just the way they are, but boy, they sure do look good just the way they are. And they are so inexpensive. These would make lovely little ornaments. So embossed, debossed. And then knowing me, I would come back over and I know me, I would grab, there's this super deep red in here. And I would want to use that and I would just go for it. So, using my fanciful framelits, whether it be the squares or the circles, they just play so nicely with the Find It Trading scenery dies. And because this is the standardized size for these, that means as they come out with more over the year, over next year, the dies are going to work with all the scenery dies in circles and in squares because they don't change the size. It's a standardized size. So it's like you have the perfect mats for those ready to go. Let's do it. Whether you want to do a frame or you want to just tape it right onto it and leave it like that, or you want to die cut them out. Choices are yours. But I said you could foil with these dies, and you can. And that's where the Go Press and Foil machine comes in. So here it is. Go Press and Foil. It works like a glimmer machine. It's been around longer than the glimmer machine. And yeah, I die cut with it sometimes. I mean, I do all sorts of stuff. It works by pushing a button. So when you plug it in, you get that red light. And people think just because they've plugged it in and that red light is going, that means it's going to start heating up. No, you actually have to hit the red light, or hit the button. See, this is already hot. I wonder if I turn it off for a minute and try to get some of the heat out of here, if I can make it blink. Let's put some cardstock in there and see if I can take out some of the heat so I can get it to blink, because it's nice and warm right now. I've had it heating up while we've been talking. Let's see if I can get it, some of the heat out. Oh, nice and warm. So it's plugged in. There we go. Now you know it's heating up when you see the red light blinking. If you just have a solid red light, that means you haven't turned it on. That means you've plugged it in. Well done, you. Step 1, done. Now step 2, press the button and let it blink. When it goes green, that's how you know it's ready to go. Now it just pulls right on out and it slips right back on in. And it pulls right on out and it slips right back on in. Every time you pull it out, you've stopped the heating element. It's now going to start immediately to cool down. Every time you push it back in, it's starting to heat up again. See, it says it's not ready yet. It has a silicone top, so nothing sticks to it. It comes with a pair of tweezers that lets you pick up the die so you don't get your hand, you don't get hot. It does get hot, it absolutely does. It comes with 2 rolls of foil and a silicone mat. So if you want to protect your table, you can pull your die after using it and just drop it right on your silicone mat, which will be sure not to cause harm to any of your work surfaces. Comes with all of that and 2 rolls of foil. This is super easy to use. The big thing about this machine, or this Go Press and Foil, which is probably similar to anything, is that when you get yours out of the box and your best friend gets theirs out of their box and your neighbor down the street opens theirs up out of their box and you all get together on the same day. So all 3 of you bought it. And now you're gonna have a foiling day. Stacy said let's foil, so let's foil. So all of you open it up, same day. You're all sitting at the same table and you're ready to start foiling. And you've got me on a little screen so you remember the sandwich. And you put yours through and your best friend puts hers through and your neighbor puts hers through and you get 3 different results. Maybe yours didn't foil well at all and your best friend's, it was like mwah, mwah. And your neighbor, it was too much foil, too hard pressure. What is the difference? Not this machine, not the Go Press and Foil. The difference is your die cutting machine. You all may have a Big Shot machine, but maybe you've had your Big Shot machine like mine from 2017, and your best friend has had hers for about a year, and your neighbor got theirs yesterday. It all depends upon the die cutting machine and how the different caliber over the time that you've used it. Your Go Press and Foil, they're all the same coming out of the box. But what makes the difference is the die cutting machine. Maybe you're using a Big Shot machine and somebody else is using a Platinum 6. The pressure could be different. You have to play. And so you've got to give yourself about an hour of I have no expectation at all. Can we say that all together? I have no expectation at all. I'm just going to play. And what you do today to get your Go Press and Foil to mwah, foil like a dream versus 2 years from now, you may have to play again to get the right shims. Is this like a laminator? No, this isn't a toner-based type of application. You're not going to buy pre-made cards that have designs on them or print them out yourself and then put the toner foil over it and put it through a laminator. This is different than that. This uses dies and plates, and so Spellbinders has lots of plates, lots of glimmer plates. It'll work with this. Couture Creations has plates, foiling plates. It'll work with this. Anybody's foiling plates will work with this. Can you use Better Press? Yes, you can use your Better Press plates and it will work with this. So I'm going to tilt down. My machine, my Big Shot machine is from 2017 and you see me use it all the time. So I'm going to, in front of you, figure out what shims it's going to take to make it work. And we're just going to do it together. Now, I knew 4 years ago exactly the shim it took. It's not going to be the same because my machine has 4 more years of wear on it. It is going to be 2025, and I took it out of the box in 2017. So you have accomplished the first thing. You press the button, you plugged it in, it turned red, you press the button and it started to blink. That means it's starting to heat up and you can feel it. Boy, if you've got chilly hands and you want to get rid of that, oh yeah, that'll do it. It is hot. Is it hot enough to burn? I think if you're a child, you don't want to have kids putting their hands right on top of it. I'm used to it. I know how hot it's going to get. I know what to expect. So there's definitely heat out of here. I'm going to take, and I'm going to put in my square. We'll play with my squares first. So I'm going to put my square with that design element up. If I put it with my design element down, it's not going to do anything. I need that design element face up. Then I'm going to grab some foil, and I have oodles of foil colors on sale. Oodles. You can hear it clicking on and off. That's the heating element turning on and off. Okay, so I've got some foil. Now, can you see if I leave it down there, even though it's hot, it's fine. Even though this is hot, not a problem. So I've got my die, my fanciful framelit with my beautiful pattern on it. I put my foil against it, pretty side down. You do not want to see the pretty side. You want to see the matte silver. If you're using a foil silver and you see that mirror silver facing you, nope, turn it down, to flip it over. Now a piece of paper. And the paper is also going to make a difference on your shim. The thicker the paper, the less of a shim you need. All right, let me get this. All right, so I've got my die, my foil, my paper, and I'm going to close it up. Now I need to let it heat. It tells me it's green, and green is good. It says it's ready to go right now, but I know better. I know that I just added that extra paper and that foil, and that it's gonna need a minute or two to get hot enough. I could try, because it does say green, but I'm just gonna give it a second. And I have put no shims at all, nothing. As if, oh, see, there it went red. I knew it was gonna take just a little bit of time because I just put that paper on. With no shims at all, right out of the box. I'm assuming that it's just gonna sail through my machine, and when I take off that foil, it's gonna be, moment. Let's see if I get that. So I'm gonna pull, now it's gone green, I'm gonna pull this out. I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine, and it fits right into your Big Shot machine. And the roll is so easy, it almost feels like you're not doing anything at all. It is that simple of a roll. And you do need to slow your roll. So maybe you think A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. You know, you want to just slow your roll because it's that pressure. You're not cutting, you're doing pressure to make that foiling happen. But I didn't add any shims. Now, I'm gonna bring my base right back over because the minute I take this off, I'm putting it right back in so it starts heating all over again. Now let's see what I got. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. It says, love you, Stacy, but well, let's be clear, I'm old. So I can try again. And I can put my, suppose I could try the same. Maybe put my paper down. And my paper. I'm just going to use the back side because paper has two sides. Only this time I'm going to try a shim. And when I say a shim, I mean I'm going to take some cardstock. I've got 100-pound cardstock here. That feels like 80. That feels like 100. 100-pound cardstock. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to make me a shim. Now, I could just try 1/2 of 100-pound, just one sheet, but I know years ago it took a folded piece of 100-pound cardstock to make it work. And I'm going to close it up, and it's blinking red because I had it open, and now it says green, but I say, I don't think so. I'm going to give you just a few minutes to think about this and be sure you really think you're done because I need that heat to come up all the way through. Once you get this, once you know your shim, it's like magic, and it goes bing, bang, boom. So fast, bing, bang, boom. And all we're doing for shims is playing with cardstock, even copy paper. Your machine might just take a sheet of copy paper, and that's all it needs. But remember, you need an hour of I have no expectations. If you don't want to give this machine an hour of your time to figure out how it works with your Big Shot machine or your Platinum machine or whatever die cutting machine you have that allows for thick steel rule dies, this is not the tool for you. But you're gonna love it, I promise you, if you just give it the chance. This is what changes. Everybody's machine is a little different. The Go Press and Foil is the same for everybody out of the box. It's their die cutting machine. And over the years, you might have to shim it a little bit more. Bring back my base. Now your base doesn't get hot ever. Your base is not hot at all. Put it in. Let's see what we got with one shim, or with a double piece of 100-pound paper. Oh, hello. That looks perfect. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's get another piece of paper and let's try some silver. Oh, I love foiling. It looks so pretty. And now you've got these dies that emboss and foil. Like, who does that? And they letterpress, and they. Who does that? I do, because I'm you. I understand. I'm a maker, and I want as much for my money as I can possibly get. So I think a product should have many applications, many opportunities, many ways to use it. Okay, so die face up with the embossing element. pretty side down, paper, shim. And I would write on here, 100-pound shim for foiling. And I would just keep it with your Go Press and Foil. Let's put it down, close it up. It says green. I say, I don't think so. Let's give it a moment to think about that, shall we? And I can tell from the heat on the top. Eventually you'll be able to just put your hand there and you'll feel it. See, red. Best to give it a little bit more time. Let it see if it goes red. Give it the opportunity to heat up. It's easy to let it sit here for an extra minute, and it certainly saves on the frustration level, as opposed to you sending it through too fast and the foiling not work because it wasn't hot enough. All right, it says green. And I'm gonna slow my roll. Slow my roll. So you can think twinkle, twinkle, little star, or you can think A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Whatever it is you need to do to slow that roll. Maybe the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. And then let's see what we got. Back in. Yummy. Right? Oh, this makes my heart so happy. Now you still have all of this inside, so I could take a smaller square or a smaller circle, and I could be using up the foil that's inside. I'm not going to waste this. I can take others and use it. Why not? It's there. Why wouldn't I? So if I took, I think this one's going to be just a little bit too big. Let's pull this one off. Put it over there. I think this is going to be too big, but let's see. Yeah, it's just a little too big. Let's go the next size down. Yep, see, I can use that. And oh, that's too close. Even for me, that's too close. What if I did it on a different piece of paper? What if I did it on maybe some blue? Let's see if that changes anything, because this paper is not quite as heavy. So it may require more of a shim because my paper is lighter weight, not as thick. So we'll do my die, we'll do my paper, we'll do my foil, pretty side down, and then my shim. And we'll close it and we'll see what we get. So using a lighter weight paper, is that going to change anything? I don't know. It might. All right. It says green. What do you think? Should we give it a try? What can it hurt, right? All right, I'm gonna go for it. Slow my roll. Oh, Stacy. I foiled my mat. Were you all telling me, Stacy, it's wrong, it's wrong? But I can tell you, look at it, didn't go through. You were all like, Stacy, you did it backwards, Stacy. You just told us not to do that, and you did exactly what you told us not to do. All right, let's try again. This time I'll listen to myself. Okay, pretty side down. So my paper, no, my pretty side down, my paper first. Pretty side down, then my paper. Then my shim. But it didn't work. It didn't give me a good, look at that. I think I might need an extra something. So maybe I take a piece of copy paper. Just because my paper's a little thinner. Bring it back, plug it in. Oh, I had the sandwich wrong. Holy smokes, artichokes. See, it's red. It's cooled down. I can feel it. Way cool on my hands. Let's give it a minute. I suppose while I let that do, I can die cut these. Nope, that's too big. Oh, that's perfect. So while I let that heat up, let's bring over my Big Shot and let's die cut out my shapes. Oh, and it just turned green. So let's die cut out my square with my foiling on it. Pretty, right? What if I took one of my winter scenes? It's still heating. It's ready to go. It says it's green. What if I took one of my beautiful winter scenes? They're so lovely. And I popped one in. So now if you leave your Go Press and Foil for 20 minutes without touching it, right about 20 minutes, it will turn itself off. So if you leave it for too long, it's going to turn itself off. And I've just got my dies hanging right off my gotcha tool. That way they're right there. I can just grab what I need. Oh, see, look at how lovely is this. Look at how lovely is that. I love that my dies foil. Sizzix has never had any foiling dies before, and I couldn't just have them foil because, well, they don't have, like, I mean, it can't be just a foiling die because, well, they do more than that. Sizzix needs, you know, they're a die cutting, not a foiling company. But I thought if I could make dies that would foil and emboss and letterpress and, I mean, just a little bit of everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's really pretty. All right, it's ready. It says, hey, did you forget about me over here? And let's hope I have the sandwich right this time, eh? It's late. And after a long day's work, my brain a little mushy. So let's go A, B, C, D, E, O, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And bring it on back. So when I told Sizzix, hey, did you know you have new foiling dies? They said, no, we don't do foiling dies. I said, you do now. Oh, that's all it needed was that piece of copy paper. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's do we want to do the, I have so many ideas. My brain, it goes into overdrive when I start doing this. I'm going to pick this up. See, so it doesn't get hot on my hand. I'm going to put this back in. And maybe I do, I have this one in gold. And maybe I'll do another one in blue. I think that'll look nice there. I don't know. I'm going to do another one in blue. And maybe I do one in red. And for the fun of it, let's do one in brown. And I hope I've given myself enough room to die cut. Time will tell. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's close, but okay, we're gonna make it work. So let's do a circle. And let's do the circle in, the blue, and I'll do it in silver. And remember, I need the extra shim. So it is embossing feature, paper, no, embossing feature, foil, pretty side down, pretty side down, paper, shim, and because I'm using 80-pound paper, I know I need the little extra copy paper in there. Close it up, and let's give it a moment. And while we're giving it a moment, I'm going to die cut this one. And don't forget, I could put that in there to give me a frame. So let's cut this one first. And I'm just a go for it type of girl. Oh, that moved a lot. Let's go for it. Looks good to me. And then if I want to cut the window, bring in the next size down die because it goes die embossing feature, so you can nest them. Wait till you see what's coming in 2025. Oh, I can't tell you, but oh my gosh. Yay! Does it work with fanciful framelits? Yes. Those pesky NDA agreements always get the best of me. Okay. So now I've cut a beautiful frame. Let's get these all on there. And then I could bring over these. Ooh. Okay, how perfect. Oh, and then I put the Stacy tape on the back, and it can be dual purpose. My tweezers also stick to the gotcha tool. Yay! Let's do the blue. I'm gonna put those up there. Let's do the blue, because it says it's done now. It says it's green. It's been sitting there for a while. And let's see what we get. Slow my roll. Sing to yourself. The roll is very easy. I hope I have enough of a shim in there. You almost think like it's not doing anything. You're like, really? But it's just that little bit of pressure. And bam. Oh, okay, let's do the red. And we'll do the red in a circle. We'll do the red in a circle in gold. So you get 15 feet on a roll of foil. I think the rolls that come in the starter kit are less, but the foil is on sale and it is inexpensive. It's like on sale for $2.50 a roll. Paper, so pretty side facing down. Don't want to see the pretty. I'm using lighter paper, so I'm going to stick with that same shim. Now, eventually my shim, I'll need to replace it. It is just paper, and every time I roll it through, it also gets compressed down just a little bit. So you may find that after, I don't know, 20, 30 rolls, maybe your shim stops working because it's been compressed. It's going through that big shot machine. So you get yourself a new 100-pound piece of paper, close it up. If that's what your shim is, maybe you get a half a sheet of copy paper. If that's what your shim is, maybe it's one piece of 100-sided paper and not together, just one and one piece of copy paper. You just have to try. That's what that hour is for, zero expectation. But the minute you get it, you'll know. Heating up. Suppose I can cut this one while that's heating. Just put it right over there. Let's grab my circle. right off my gotcha tool. Love my gotcha tool. However, if you get a gotcha tool and you have anybody who works in the garage, any kind of, anybody who does any kind of work in their garage, whether it be with tools or woodworking or trains or whatever, get yourself 2 gotcha tools because you will find that yours goes missing. They find their way to the garage and then they don't make it back to the craft room. If you are a sewer, they pick up your pins so easy. If you drop something on the floor, you drop a little die on the floor, the gotcha tool will grab it. You lose a die in the trash can, you can find it with the gotcha tool. Oh, love this. I know it's wrong for me to be so happy, but I can't help myself. Okay, so do I have any, well, that one in here. I'm looking, I want to see if I have one of these. Oh, I do. Oh, but it's square. I don't want it square. I want it round. I just think that this color is perfect with that blue. But I don't have a round. Oh, I have a round one. Happy day. I want that one on there. In the meantime, my red is all ready to go. Let's see if I like this one on there. What do you think? I am so easily amused and so it just makes my heart happy. But I did give a lot of thought to fanciful framelits and the amount of uses you can do with them. It was not on a whim that I designed these. There was much thought and care and consideration given to each shape and each design. I don't do anything on a, ooh, wouldn't that be fun basis. Not when it involves people's hard-earned cash and their opportunity to craft. I really give it thought. Or do we like the embossing? Or do we like that embossing? Do we love the foil? What do we want to do? We can do it all. When do you ever get to say that in life? Like ever. So let's go press some foil back over. I've got it on the red. Pull it out and send it on through. Slow my roll. Put it back in so it starts heating again. And there we go. And I think one of these barns will look great on this red. I think. I like that one. And, ooh, it's close. But I think I'll get it. Oh, it's so pretty. What a sweet gift these would make for people. Just cute little ornaments. I don't know, maybe the cute little topper to some packages of hot cocoa. I mean, there's just oodles of uses for them. And then I want to do one real quick to show you what happens if you have too much of a shim. Can you have too much? You can, and I want to show you what it looks like. So I think I'm going to put my square in so I can start heating. I think right now I've got my circle in there. And I'm going to pull my circle out. And I think I'll use 100-pound paper. So I don't think I'll need to use this. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put my square in there just so it can start heating while I tape this in place. Get one of those little baby Christmas trees and put these all over at the holidays on your work desk. Make this the Secret Santa, and everybody picks one off the tree and there's a hidden name in the back. How cute, right? All right, so I want to do one that's going to have too much of a shim. So let's grab some of my black paper. And I've got my square in there. And it doesn't really matter what color I want to use. I just want to get some, I want to use some pink. I don't have any. Well, we're going to go too heavy. So I was like, I don't have anything pink here to play with. But I want to use too much of a shim. So pretty side against my foiling die, my embossing die, my paper against that, and then I'm going to grab two. Well, I've got 100-pound and this feels like 80-pound. So I'm going to fold this over. So now I've got two pieces of 100-pound. And like I said, yours, you may have to cut this and only use one piece. Two pieces of 100-pound and two pieces of 80-pound. And let's see what happens. So I want you to see what happens if you have too much of a good thing. Remember when we did this all that time ago? Remember when we did that? So let's let it heat. It says red. Red means no. Green means go. Boy, I have to leave super early tomorrow morning. My flight out of Heathrow is at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I am a few hours away from Heathrow, and you have to be there a few hours early, remember? I am not looking forward to getting up at dark 100 hours, but it means that I get back to Los Angeles. I leave on Sunday and I get back on Sunday. So for that, I'm happy. I am sure that I have missed my children and my husband and Ellie, my puppy dog. I'm sure I've missed them all terribly. All right, let's give it a whirl and see if we can make it go. So I have too many shims in here. Now the roll is still really easy. It's still a really simple roll. You would think that with that many pieces of paper, it would have been harder, but it isn't. Let's see, maybe I have to add more paper if I don't get I just really want you to see What happens if you have too much? Oh, see, it started to come off on the edges. Now I can get that off. I can die cut that, but let's do it again and let's go even thicker. Let's go another sheet of paper and see if we can get it really thick. I want you to see what happens. Because this is the start of it. It's transferred onto the side, although that looks really good, doesn't it? And there's a little transfer in the middle, but I don't have to worry about that. And I could take an eraser and get that off. But since I'm putting something on top of it, I'm not gonna worry about it. But let's go ahead and close this up and keep it heating while I cut another piece of paper, or I'll just use the back side of that one, and some more foil. I'll just use the back side. So now I've got lots of shims. Pretty side down. I'm going to use the back side. Close it up. And let's see if that makes a difference. And let's give it a minute because now it's got to go through all of that paper. So I wonder how many movies I watched on my way over. It's a little over 10-hour flight on the way there, but it's over 11 hours on the way back. That's a boo-hoo. It says it's green. Okay. Oh, it won't even take it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it took it. It thought about it. It really thought about whether it was going to take it or not. It's still a super easy roll. Can you see how easy that is? It's still rolling, but it was like, Let's see what we get. Oh, yeah. I think that's pretty dramatic. Too much shim. You even get the little grid marks from the grid in the Go Present foil. There's grid marks in here. You get those grid marks transferred. Okay, so I think point made. You can see what happens when you have too many shims. Now you got to start backing it off. It's no different than when you're die cutting, and whether you need the solo shim or the A shim, or you don't, or you need two cutting pads or only one. There's only so many options. So you gotta play. Give yourself an hour with the machine and your die cutting machine and have no expectations. You will find that the machine will tell you, your die cutting machine will tell you what it needs. You'll listen and you'll figure out the right shim, and then you will have magical moments. Absolutely magical moments. They're beautiful. And they're easy. I was gonna say, did I lose one? But we started way back where? When we were just using the embossing elements as embossing elements and not as foiling elements. And we made beautiful things with that too. Where we used our reveals paper and we sanded it. We have options with these. And the squares were just perfect for what I was doing today. I needed those squares. So a big thank you to Sizzix for letting me dip in and get them out a little bit earlier. I really do appreciate it. It makes all the difference. I think this one is just stunning. And this is the frame, and it's taped onto the back. I just really think that this is absolutely gorgeous. And we used inexpensive toppers from Find It Trading. Now they're only sold in the kit. So we've put the bundles together. There's 6 different bundles. Each bundle, they may have 8 toppers. In both, the toppers come in square and in circle. You don't get a choice. You get the design in both square and circle for all the designs that are in that kit. Square and circle. So you need the square and the circle. Fanciful framelits. So we have several of the kits available that we've bundled ourselves, from beachy to wintry to Christmassy to the beautiful florals I was using. I love the cute little kitty cats and doggies. There's a little something for everybody. So the kitty cats in the circle, the kitty cats in the square, same pictures, just done in circles and in squares. All by Find It Trading. And they do these all the time, which means more designs to come, which means if you have the circles and the squares, you've got more options coming down the road. Love the teacups. And I do think they're about $1.75 each for 6 toppers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This set has 8 packs. So 6 times 8 means you're getting 48. That's a great value. It really is. I love them. All from Find It Trading. And then we used my fanciful framelits. Hello, lovelies. You'll always know it's a Stacy Park item because I have a teal color going down the side. That's how you know it's mine. Love them, and it has my name on it. But if you don't want to look for my name, look for the teal. And I'm the only one who does fanciful framelits. And I have ovals, and I have triangles, and I have top notes, and I have rectangles, and I have hexagons, and circles, and squares, and diamonds. And each one of them, each set has their own design for the embossing feature. So that if you were to have more than one set, you're not having the same embossing feature for all of them. So all the circles will have that feature, but all the squares will have that. And the diamonds have something different, and the hexagons have something different, and the ovals have something different. So the rest of my October collection will launch next week, but I've got the squares now for you. And then we've got the reveals paper, and I'm just gonna do the same special that I did last week because, well, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. So it's basically a buy one, get one. If you buy the A4, you're getting the A6 for free. This retails for $19.99. This retails for $12.99. There's 10 colors, 4 of each sheet, 40 sheets here. 10 colors, 4 of each sheet, 40 sheets here. So you're buying the A4 for $19.99 and you're getting the $12.99 smaller pack for free. Same here. So in the spice, you're buying the 40 pack A4 size, the larger size for $19.99, and we're giving you the smaller A6 size for free. That's a wahoo kachoo. And then we've got the sanding tool because you're gonna need it. And then, of course, we have the Go Press and Foil machine. Oh, I don't know if I can lift it up. Yes, we have the Go Press and Foil machine. On sale. There you go. On sale. It's the starter kit. It comes with the tweezers. It comes with the silicone. It comes with the machine. It comes with the 2 rows of foil. The only thing you're going to need is a die cutting machine that can take a steel rule die. If all you can put through your machines are wafer thin dies, nope, you can't use this. It's not going to work. You need a machine or a die cutting machine that can do your thicker dies. And remember, when you plug it in, you get the red light. That doesn't mean it's gonna start heating. You actually have to push the button for it to start the heating element. Green is good. Slow your roll and play with it. Play with it with your machine, because your machine is gonna behave differently than your best friend's machine. And your best friend's machine is gonna behave differently than the machine at your school that the teacher uses. Because everybody uses their die cutting machine different. This is the same for everybody. It's the die cutting machine that will make the difference on what kind of shim, if any, you will need. So let me show you some samples, and I'm going to turn that off. And let me show you some samples. I've got some pretties for you. Love, right? Yum. So pretty. They're just lovely. All done with the fanciful circles. Here they've cut this one. They've cut it with 3 of the circles and then popped it up to almost give it a decoupage look, right? Super clever. Look at how pretty. And easy and done. Here you've got the sanding going on. Love the teacups. Here we've foiled. Ooh, and we've decoupaged it. We've popped it up, the center's up, we cut the center. And then this piece right here comes with the circle. So the circle framelits has this piece that you can then kind of put as a top and bottom to really focus that circle in. And then look at the kitties. And we've got the gold foil going on. And our Christmas barn. And here they used a rainbow foil. Our Christmas barn is happening with Celebrate. And look at how pretty is this. Hello, this is beautiful. And they foiled right on too. Oh, they foiled right on too. The Find It topper. Ah, Catherine, right onto it. It's beautiful. And a few more over here. So using the fanciful framelits, and this they didn't even sand. They just did it very lightly. But see how it makes the perfect mat for those? For the toppers. And here, oh, here they did the same thing. They took the topper and they used 2 dies to cut it up to make a square and a square and a square, and then they lifted them to give that decoupage look. So clever. Oh, and this one, they just took some Stacy tape, went right over the top of it, and then put glitter down, or maybe they used paste. They might have used crystal paste on this. Ooh, look at that. Like it's snowy. And here, look at how cute is that card. So she used the circle die to actually make the card base. And then our cute kitties, it's their birthday. And again, they've decoupaged them. So they've cut the circles. You've got the embossing on the outside. This piece here comes with the circles. Let's see. I know they were over here at one point, but that was then. Who knows now? Comes with the circles. If I were the circles, where would I have put me? Anybody? Oh, right here. So it's this piece right here. Comes with the circles. It allows you to cut. You can either cut into or you can cut out of so that you get that look. Really cool, really great sample. And then I have I believe we've got our little reindeer happening. It's a winter reindeer. And we've foiled with the teacup. And we've got hello. And then we've got Christmas blessings. And this was just done with the squares. See, that's what I would do on the bottom of mine, wherever mine went. That's what I would do. So pretty. And then we have some layouts for you. So layout number 1 for Christmas, and you've got the foiling on the mats, right? Yay! Layout number 1 using the toppers and the fanciful framelits. And then layout number 2, again using the fanciful framelits and a very wintry look on them. And your mats have been embossed. That looks like a Creative Expressions embossing folder, Sublime Swirls, but I could be wrong. Pretty, right? Very wintry. Love that. And then layout number 3. Oh, look at how cute the puppies are. Oh, aren't they sweet? Put some pictures in and you're done. Look at how cute are they. And then layout number 4. Oh, this is just elegant. So pretty. So pretty. All right, you guys. Well, from all the way in the United Kingdom, where it makes no difference. Rain, snow, sleet, no difference. We do Saturday with Stacy YouTube class. We do Make It Monday. We do Take Two Tuesday and New For You Thursday. You bet we do, no matter where in the world we are. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you spent some time with me on the Hobby Maker channel. I hope I was able to show you something that you may not have known, or maybe a tip or a trick that will help you be more confident in your creating. That's what this is all about, is having you feel like, I can do that, because I know you can do that. I am you. I get just as nervous about trying new product. I think, oh, I've done it wrong. I have to fiddle with it until I get it right. We are the same. We are. So give yourself some grace when playing with your Go Press and Foil machine until your machine says, ah, that's the sandwich I like. Thank you very much. And then have a wonderful time. So I will see you on Monday. I will be back from the United Kingdom for our Make It Monday event. I can't wait to show. It's so pretty. And the sample, I think I did. I'm trying to remember. I had to tape so much in advance, but I had a good time. I had a good time with that. And then I'll see you on Tuesday. We'll be back at our regular scheduled time. So Monday will be 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Same on Tuesday for our Take Two Tuesday event, and then back on Thursday for our New For You event. So it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying thanks for being here with me. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, post a comment, and you might find yourself a winner chicken dinner. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.